So, welcome everyone to the grand finals of the Kashynical Open Cup number 3. As we are on Hardwire LE. Yes, that's right. And here we look at the base of the Blue Zerg player representing South Korea. And Kaisi. It is Solar.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Polish Zerg player representing Team XCOM AGO. It is Elazer.
What did I say? Look at these guys. Hatch first, both of them.
Disgusting. Blech.
Is this even ZvZ?
Ugh.
What is happening?
Ugh. What the hell is this? Where are the pools, huh? People? What's going on? No, it's
This is
fine.
not how this tech tree works.
It's fine. It's fine. Mate, it's a best of 5. It's I should reiterate because we just kind of dove into it. Everyone, this is the grand finals. It's a best of 5 between these two players. We're gonna pop off, and I'm sure we're gonna have a large variety of openers here. Not just nothing but hatch gas pool every single game. I hope.
Yeah, as we said, like, I know definitely Solar is someone who likes to mix it up. It strikes to me as more of a like macro builds player, despite his overlords famously. But yeah, I think we're gonna get more of the standard-ish, like slower games rather than crazy cheeses.
At least in game 1. We'll see. Hardwire is a relatively small map, all things considered, so, you know, we can see some of these players take advantage of that, especially once the third base comes into play. At the moment, sure, everything is standard, but again, things start to deviate when it comes to the timing of the third base. Are we going to see both our players take their Bailey nest? Is someone going to skip their Bailey nest? Is someone going to stay on 2 bases and try and go 2-base lair? Something like that. It's all possible.
So far, it looks like we're looking at a mirror, pretty much.
Oh, and I got to
They're
put
like
someone in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Aries, do I need to make this a command? The Protoss at home, please?
Shaking.
That's all I need.
My head is shaking.
Ooh, we have the first deviation.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Elazer is going for a lair instead of a third base that Solar is already taking.
Exactly. So Solar is playing relatively standard. He's taking his third hatchery at a normal time. He's droning up, and he should be getting a Bailey nest at some point. But Elazer, he's the one mixing things up. He's the one popping off and staying on 2 bases, and Solar dips in with his Overlord, and he scouts the lair.
Yeah, he also cancelled his speed, so he's going straight to roaches. No links, no nothing.
I love this, by the way, because if this is 2-base Muta or something like that, then a fast roach push is going to hit hard. On top of that, typically when you wall off on 2 bases like this, even if you're not going 2-base Muta, you're typically also skipping the Ling Bane phase and going into roaches yourself. So Solar wants to kind of beat Elazer there.
Yeah, he just may do that. Like, despite the fact that Solar had to scout what is happening, like, he's actually not too far behind in the tech.
Yeah, which means he's ahead because there's the tech and there's also the third base, right? There's also the drone count that's going to be getting a little bit higher as well. So Solar has a very, very nice read. I was so impressed that Solar was able to scout without a Ling, just dipping in with his Overlord. It's not something you expect too often, and Elazer wasn't expecting it. His queens were out of position. He couldn't deny the scout.
Yeah, I guess this is why Mio Maika is so obsessive about hunting down the overlords, huh?
Oh yeah, 100%. Mike is all about that. Meanwhile, speaking of, we do have the tech finishing up for Solar. He's already working on his roach count. Speaking of roach count, Elazer is doing the same, and he's going to be looking to hit a timing here with speed and +1. Of course, this isn't like a 2-base all-in. It's just a kind of a safe way to tech up, skip the Ling Bane phase of the game, because some players just don't enjoy that, and then get a third base, but much later.
Yeah, so like he focused on his tech and army first to work on the economy later, but Solar, as we said before, like he's not too far behind in terms of army, so I think he should be able to hold this push.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because it's a bit of a fake out. Elazer, he throws down a Spire as soon as the Overseer leaves. So he's looking to transition to Mutas after this. And that's a little bit scary because if this gets defended, Solar can go for a counterattack. And I don't know if Elazer's going to have much at home. But that is if Solar survives.
Yeah, there's still not enough roaches, but there are more reinforcements coming. So it may be just enough. The upgrades actually haven't kicked in for Solar yet. So this is a small window for Elazer.
Yeah, exactly. He did have the upgrade advantage for the initial fight, but he backs off. He recognizes that, hey, especially with the reinforcements and the queens, like, I can't break this. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to back off. And Solar himself is also going for a Spire.
What is this? Someone cue the Spider-Man meme.
Oh god, I'm still a little bit scared for Elazer though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Solar, he's gonna counterattack, he finally has roach speed, and because Elazer invested so much faster into these mutas, like, if he's been saving up for them, and if he doesn't make roaches, then yeah, he's gotta be careful.
Yeah, and Solar is investing in the second roach upgrade as well, so he's hoping to stay on the roaches just a little bit longer before going to the mutas, but 6 mutas of Elazer are already on the way.
Yeah, Solar, he doesn't recognize this. Like, again, the Spire was never scouted. When he dipped in earlier, it wasn't there. So Elazer very nicely had waited until the scout was gone. And now finally the mutas pop out. Finally they are revealed to Solar.
Yeah, Solar is immediately throwing down spores and making more queens. So hopefully that will be enough to hold his bases.
Yeah, and I'm curious about a couple of things. One, Solar, he just has more gas income. He just has taken more gases. His sword base is faster. So if he wanted to catch up in the muta count, he could, and that's exactly what he's doing. Immediately 10 mutas, 11 mutas are on the way here. Bearing in mind that Elazer only has 6 right now.
Yeah, and he's getting the upgrades as well. It's like Solar is getting what Elazer is, but just better every time.
Yeah, what's important though is that he is getting a pretty large muta count, but what matters is also the roaches. Like, Elazer, he has been pumping out nothing but roaches. He's pushing out across the map. If Solar isn't too careful, these roaches could deal devastating damage before they get cleaned up.
Yeah, the mutas are trying to dwindle the numbers before they reach the bases, but is there enough to defend for Solar?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's just so many roaches on the ground here for Elazer. He's trying to force himself through, but at the same time, like, with the reinforcements, Solar and the mutas as well, he's slowly gonna. I say slowly. He's cleaning this up.
Yeah, I mean, there's still quite a few roaches from Elazer, but the mutas are in such big numbers that they are starting to clean up the roaches, and that's the game.
GG, the muta count was just too damn high from Solar. Elazer was trying to like psych him out a little bit and go for this big roach push and maybe try and surprise him and not overinvest into mutas, but didn't work out in the end.
I just found it fascinating that, like, every time it was like, oh, Elazer is getting roaches, let me get roaches but better. Oh, he's getting mutas, let me get mutas but better. Like, you know, he was getting the same thing slightly later, but like he was always getting more upgrades, like more numbers, like there was always more.
Well, that all just came down to the faster third base. Like, the faster third, to the better economy that Solar held on to the entire game. And it goes to show how important something like that can be. It also goes to show how important it was for Solar to do something like canceling speed, right? And not be inefficient with how he was spending his money.
Yeah, like the reaction time was really important, and changing like the plans for the build, because like, yeah, like any delay could have made so much difference here.
Yeah, like that game one was like a beautiful game from Solar. Like, he just read the situation incredibly well, and he responded almost perfectly. Like, that's why there wasn't too much of a back and forth that game. You know, it was just solid. Yeah, and like, yeah, very very good game from Solar. And as we speak about that, we are now on Curious Minds, Ellie, and we look at the Blue Zerg player representing South Korea and Kaizi. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Polish Zerg player. He is red, representing XCOM AGO. Currently down in this series, but not out. It's okay, people. It's the best of 5. We still have plenty more games ahead of us. It is Elazer.
See, gentleman's agreement. Both go hatch first.
Yeah.
So, no surprises there.
Both go hatch first. What I will say, because we're on Curious Minds, any kind of ground push will hit a little bit harder. So, is any one of our players going to try and go 2-base Roach? Elazer tried in game 1. That didn't find success there. But maybe Solar would be willing to do that here.
I guess we'll find out. So far, they're almost perfectly in sync. So, yeah, we just see who gets there first.
Yeah, pretty much, as they're slowly getting into this game. I also, again, want to give a bit of a shout out to Solar because currently it is 4:35 a.m. in the morning in Korea, and this man is awake and playing in a tournament. What a madman. How does he do it? How does he get away with it?
How does his wife let
Yeah,
let him do it?
that's what I was alluding to.
I knew you would say that.
Like she's
Like maybe she's good. She must be a good person, okay?
yeah, and you know what? She knows that he's at work right now, basically. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
He's making the money
There you
for
go.
the household. You know, they can eat out tonight, tomorrow morning.
Maybe look, that's not a stupid idea, no? Like a prize money from a tournament is perfectly fine for a dinner.
Yeah, definitely. Then and an extravagant dinner at that, because the prize pool for this tournament is not too shabby. You know, like. I think at the last time I checked, it was 475 USD. Not bad.
Yeah, there you go. But here we have it. Solar actually goes for a few links and the link speed, while Elazer once again goes straight into lair.
Oh, yep. Is this game 1? What? Okay. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. So a Elazer, we have the same openers. I do specify opener though, because again, from here you can go into a much faster lair. You can go into a much faster spire or even Nidus. Like there are other things you can do. You don't just have to play the way that Elazer did in game 1.
But he still put that on your turn.
He did. I'm keeping an eye on these Evo chambers, on the upgrades. Are we going to see +1 range? And it looks like we are. Also, do we not have WCS Game Heart?
Look, the players are making lobbies, I think.
I was distracted. I wasn't looking. Oh god.
And once again, Solar responds with the roaches of his own. Once again, he is on 3 bases, not on 2.
Yes, and once again, he also scouts with his Overlord. Look at that, beautiful. He just dips in a little bit. The Queen is not here in time. He does see the lair. He sees everything. He knows me. He knows.
Yeah, now the question is, will it go better for Elazer this time than it went in game 1? I don't know.
We'll see. Also, a massive shout out to Lambo. Thank you so much for the raid, Lambo. I hope you enjoyed your stream. Hope you enjoyed your, I imagine, ladder session. Maybe he was competing in a tournament. But thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate it. If you're just tuning in now, this is the Kashynical Open number 3. It's a tournament run by the people of Liquipedia, by CynicalDeath and Kashim, and this is the grand finals.
Yes. Also, for sure, no Witcher spoilers. I will time you out.
Yes, no Witcher spoilers in the chat. Just Season 2 just came out. Funada. Meanwhile, Elazer, this is what I was thinking of. Like, this time he's not going for a third base. This time he has cut drones at 30. He's pushing out across the map. He's setting up a creep highway, and he is going all in.
I love that creep highway. Like, not many people actually use it, and it's so fancy. But yeah, this time the Solar have enough to hold this. Like, there's not a lot of roaches.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things where Solar, he can afford to just give up the third base. He doesn't have to fight down here. He's trying his best to hold on. He's trying to transfuse as best he can as well, but he is down in the supply, and the roaches are getting on top of everything. This is what we were talking about earlier. Like, Curious Minds, the rush distance is pretty small, and a push like this hits so hard.
Yeah, the overloads also helped a bit with the push coming here even faster. And yeah, I don't think Solar can produce enough.
And there it is. GG, well played. Elazer fights back, and he puts the points on the board.
Yeah, we actually have a tied up series.
There you go. Beautiful. We're tied up 1-1. And again, if you're joining us, this is a best of 5 grand final, so we still have at least 2 more games ahead of us. And yeah, again, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you, Lambo. Thank you. I think this is the first time a European pro has raided us.
I think Lambo raided us before, didn't he? I think he did.
Maybe. I know we've raided Lambo before. Maybe he's given us a raid. Maybe.
I can't quite remember.
Maybe once. But yeah, we're typically not live when the European players finish their streams. That's the thing. Like
yeah, I mean, obviously.
It's not our time zone, you know. But alright, here we go. We're getting into game 3.
Yes, we are getting into the game 3 on 2000 atmospheres LE. The rhymes get me every time. And as Steve would say it, we are in sideways 1-1 situation, where both players are tied. And we're looking at the base of the Blue Zerg player, representing South Korea and KZ Gaming. It is Solar.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Polish Zerg player. He is red, representing XCOM AGO. It is Elazer.
Hatch first?
Hatch first. Here we go from both players. Also, I did just notice as well that with the raid came a bunch of Elazer overlords in the chat. Beautiful.
I mean, you need them, obviously. You don't want to get supply blocked, do you?
Do you need Elazer overlords? Is that what you want? I mean,
I didn't say that's what you want, but that's what you need, you know?
I mean, they stop supply blocks, but I don't know. not the most efficient of overlords.
Look, when you need overlords, you need overlords. What can you do?
True. What I will say is that Elazer's been pretty good with that. I haven't seen massive supply blocks at all today. So you know what? He's getting better.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep an eye on that and haven't seen too many of those.
Yeah, he has to be careful because Lambo invested into an emote and he's got to make do with that. Like he's, you know. Come on, Elazer, get supply blocked a couple of times just for Lambo. Oh god.
Look. I mean, the memes live forever, okay? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's one of the things, right? Like, sometimes players get known for something, but, like, then they improve to the point where, like, it may not necessarily be a part of them anymore. I think the biggest example of that is, like, Miyamika with Hydra timings.
Oh, yeah, or, like, going full Mio. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to be a thing. Shaking my head, Mio.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Elazer's been really good with them. Really good so far.
Yeah, and both players so far going for the link speed. As they did in the first game before cancelling it. So we're gonna find out what's gonna happen this time.
Yeah, and once again, Solar, every single game this series has just gone for a standard timing with his third base. Elazer, once again, just staying that much longer on 2 bases. 2 games in a row now, he's gone for 2 base layers. Are we gonna see it again? Most likely.
I mean, he is banking quite a bit of gas, so...
Yeah. At the moment, he's just walling off here, or at least trying to. The virtual one does get delayed a little bit there. The slowlings of Solar actually slip by. No, the drone! Wasn't in position.
Slip by. I mean, he did make the Roach Warren in the wall anyway, but this time, it's actually a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's important here is that Solar, he confirms that there is no lair. It's like, hold on, you're on 2 bases and there's no lair? That's a little bit odd, you know, especially based on how you've been playing so far. He has vision, he confirms the 3rd base, and this time, he does not. Solar does not skip his Bailey Nest.
Yeah, he did see the lack of lair, and he was like, hold on a minute. And he did go for the Baning Nest. So, once again, Solar gets a really good read on his opponents, but can he hold this?
Yeah, exactly. The Bailey Nest is not done yet, so he has to rely on just pure Ling for now to defend. To be fair, Ling's and his Queen, and it looks like with that it is going to be enough. Unfortunately, Elazer didn't go for an earlier Bailey Nest. It's on the way. He actually cancelled his Roach Warren. Oh my god.
Yeah, once again, it was just a distraction, so he actually didn't need it anyway.
Yeah, but
yeah, this bending this is so late.
yeah, the Banelings they're on the way. Like the Solar's ready to go. Like he cut drones and he's just full on with the Ling Bane.
Yeah, the Lingbane is already here, and the bendingness is not. It's just finishing now, so even if Elazer starts now, it may.
No! Elazer, please! Every single link goes down. I was about to say, mate, you gotta morph in Banelings as soon as possible, and it is too late. GG gets called, and that's it.
So, guys, in case you wondered what does going full Miomaika mean, that is full Miomaika.
I was giving.
You just run all your links into the Bane, like head on.
I was giving Elazer some praise. I was like, mate, you know he hasn't been getting supply blocks. It's been pretty good so far, and then he, God damn it.
Look, caster curse, just like with the Banshee. We were praising the Banshees, and then like 5 of them died. Okay.
Oh my god. Ay. Just like that, GG.
Yeah, GG. Nothing else to say, you know. ZvZ.
Mm-hmm.
See, this was a true ZvZ, okay?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Pretty much. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Here we go. We're getting ready to dive into the next game, and it's a little bit too late. The countdown has started. This will not have WCS game heart.
God damn it.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Also, yes, as Steel is saying in the chat, as I catch up in the chat, Shady11 or 11 Shady11. That is not a green screen. This is not a green screen.
Does not exist.
It's as you can see, you can see what's behind it a little bit. No, this is a Discord feature. Discord, they've added a feature where they try and use a program to determine where you are, and they just make up a background. Huh?
Actually, Light is just, you know, phasing through reality, and like sometimes he's here, sometimes he's somewhere helping the city as the hero. You know, that's why he's never asleep. You know, like
exactly.
During the day he's casting, during the night he's the hero. Anyways, we are on Blackburn Lee in the 4th game of this series, and we once again look at the Blue Zerg player representing South Korea and KZ. It is Solar.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Polish Zerg player. He is red, representing XCOM AGO. It is Elazer.
Touch first. Nothing there.
Yeah.
This I don't know who these Zerg players are. They are so calm.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they're not Zerg.
Yeah. So far, pretty standard openers, but this is Blackburn, and we even saw it in the previous series, in the ZvT, where because the rush distance is so incredibly short on this map, we can see incredibly aggressive plays off of 2 bases, or even getting a third just for larva.
Yeah. We will see what kind of build they come up with this time, because, you know, Elazer did mix it up a bit, trying with the links last game. But yeah, it didn't exactly work for him, did it?
Yeah. Again, that's the thing with Ling Bane, right? At the wrong moment, if you're not looking, then it can all be over. And along those lines, as we slowly get into this game, I also want to Funada these players, because no one took the gold.
Look, we're not in Southeast Asia, okay?
What the hell?
Those are very standard, very respectable Zerg players, okay? They don't do crazy.
Shaking my head, mate. Shaking my head. You know what? If Lambo was here, he'd take the gold.
Would he?
I don't know if that's
Chat,
true.
would Lambo take the gold? we have Lambo's viewers. Chat,
True.
would Lambo take the gold?
True. Would he be Chad enough to take the gold? Would he be Chad enough to take his opponent's gold on his side of the map? Like on this end?
Yeah, on the other side of the minerals. Right?
Yeah. Just saying. As Solar's things do get into the natural base of Elazer, but they wasted a little bit of time there in the mineral line, so they will not get into the main base, and Solar will not see the lair with his lings, but he is looking to dip in with his overload. Oh.
I don't think he quite went deep enough, though.
Yeah, he gets zoned out.
Yeah, I feel like he could have sacrificed his Overlord here for this purpose, but I guess he preferred to save it instead.
Hmm.
And he's still going for that link speed.
Yeah, he's playing it safe. Like he's working with very limited information right now, especially because last game there was no lair on 2 bases. So because that things are a little bit up in the air, but he's playing it safe, committing to link speed, still going for roaches. Surprised he opted not to go for any kind of Baneling Nest or anything like that. So he could be vulnerable to a link flood, but we know that that's not happening. Oh.
Ooh, we have a Nidus.
Oh no, he gets in. No. Oh my god! For none of these queens, they were not in position. The Lings, they scout the lair, but they actually haven't seen the Nidus yet. It's in the natural.
Yeah, Nidus is like tucked away, but I think they will see it. There you go.
Yeah. Queens, you had one job, and that was to be the bouncers here of the natural, to wall off with your thick bodies, but you know what? They just weren't thick enough.
Hey, nobody shaming the queens, okay? They're doing their best.
Oh god, and Solar, he even rescouts to confirm that it wasn't cancelled, and now he's well aware. He's getting set up in his main base to make sure there's no Nidus in the main. He even finds the Nidus outside.
Yeah, I guess I feel like this is the story of this whole series, that like Solar is just so good at scouting and getting that information out there, and it just responds almost perfectly.
Exactly.
No? Okay, Solar is catching these roaches while the queens are moving out. Does he actually have enough to defend?
I mean, right now he's just buying time. Like, more roaches are being pumped out, more Lings as well. He's getting set up defensively, and it's taking so long for Elazer to push in, especially because I'm sure he would have loved to have gone for a Nidus into the main base, but because he got scouted, he never had the opportunity.
Yeah, and the Lings are on top of it as well, so he doesn't get in, and now the armies are clashing.
Oh my god, we have the full surround as well. The Lings from behind do get on top of these queens. Is it going to be enough? The Lings are all being cleaned up, and now it's just Roach Queen versus Roach Queen.
Yeah, and there's so many more queens of Elazer, so I'm actually not sure if Solar can hold this. The upgrades are still on the way as well, so that's not gonna help him for a while now, but can the reinforcements be enough?
Yeah, the reinforcements are trickling in. Elazer is finding a lot of room though. Solar is forced to back off to the high ground, and can Elazer break through? He still has a little bit of energy. He still can't transfuse though. Uh-oh, he's with the queens.
Yeah, the queens are falling down. There are still more roaches, so there's that going for him, but the reinforcements are coming, and there's more and more for Solar.
Yeah, again, Solar, he has the economic advantage. He had the higher worker count, and with that, he can just barely squeeze out a couple more units compared to Elazer. All the queens go down. Now it's only pure Roach remaining here, and I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah, Solar is slowly cleaning his army. I mean, this is still like fairly close fight, but eventually Solar should be able to clean this up.
Yeah, exactly. Solar has more than enough. He forces this all the way back, and now Solar, he's got a third base. He's up in workers. Elazer's not stopping, by the way. He's like, round 2, let's go!
Look, Elazer doesn't seem like the guy who just stops attacking, okay? He just, he started, he just keeps going.
Yeah, it's either gonna work, or he's gonna die trying. Someone's gonna die at the end of this game, and who is it gonna be? Solar, he feels confident enough to try and chase this down. He has to be careful again. He's off creep. You don't want to be caught off creep, especially with these slow queens, so he's trying to spread as best he can.
Yeah, and I mean, Elazer's army is still quite scary. Like, he doesn't have as much reinforcements, but this is quite still something you have to be careful with.
Exactly. The Biles are doing a really good job at forcing Micro out of Solar, but regardless, like, he's still trading so well. The Elazer, he's finding some ground. He actually made another round of queens as well. He's got energy to transfuse.
Yeah, and the Ravagers are helping as well. But this army is slowly getting weaker. The reinforcements from the Nidus are nice.
Oh,
but
no.
I do not think that's enough.
Yeah, and the queens are going down again. You can't afford to be losing these. And again, with the death of these queens, like, the longevity of this army is much weaker, but Elazer, like, especially with these Ravagers, he's still finding some ground.
Yeah. Like, Solar has no time to rest here. He has to be very careful how he takes this engagement.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Making more links.
It's like a 4-minute all-in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, someone is gonna fall at the end of it. The question is who.
Yeah, and it looks like Solar has finally broken through. He's finally forced Elazer all the way back to the Nidus. The queens are coming in, the Lings to reinforce, and there's essentially almost nothing left here. This is it.
GG.
GG gets called. Get your fanfares in the chat. Solar does it. He takes the series, takes the tournament 3-1.
Yeah, congratulations. We have the Kashynical Open Cup champion.
There you go.
Who was the previous champions, actually? Now that I think about it. Previously, we had Parting in the second edition. And the first edition was Uthermal, actually.
Oh, nice.
It was like more Europe dominated.
Yeah. Regardless, GG, well played to all of our participants today, and Elazer as well. Like, sure, he fell in the finals to Solar, but he put up a very strong fight, and he took down some very big names to get here. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket, if you want to have a look at the run of our players and everyone who participated. Again, we had a very strong Polish representation from all of our players. And Elazer, he took down Spirit. My mistake. Spirit. He took down Chance. He took down Ashbringer as well. Like the notable ones being Spirit and Chance. So yeah, Elazer, some very nice results there, but just barely couldn't cut it against Solar.
Yeah. I mean, as you said, like, he was trying to do the Solar impression from previous games, like, of wave after wave after wave. But that's the thing. That's Solar's thing. So Solar just does it better.
Yeah, like, I really have to commend, I think, something that we can all point out here, especially in this series, is Solar scouting. Like, Solar was so good with his scouting. Whether it's with Overlords or his Lings, like, he just lubes them up and they just slip in to all places and he just sees everything. There was that one game where he was in the dark and he lost. But like outside of that, like he had a really good read on everything and his responses were on point.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most impressive thing here, where like he was scouting things constantly and like he was just instantly reacting to them. And like, as I said, like oftentimes it meant that he was mirroring what Elazer was doing, but he was just doing it, you know, in a stronger version. He was getting more upgrades, he was getting more units because he got this third base early. Like, it was just so interesting to watch because it's not like he was trying to find some different counter. He was just doing the same thing but better.
Pretty much. It was a sight to behold, and I know a lot of people tuned in mainly after the raid from Lambo, which we appreciate, but I do recommend tuning into the VODs because we casted many other series. We were able to catch Juanito Special, as well as Cristiano, as well as Demi. Like, we had a really diverse turnout. So, yeah, check out the VODs. They're all available on Twitch. They will eventually be available on YouTube. But again, if you don't want to wait for YouTube VODs, they're there on Twitch. And I recommend checking them out.
Yeah, indeed. Like, all the VODs of CranKy Ducklings can be found on Twitch if you go to the videos tab. And I don't know what we will be casting next, because that's for Light up to decide.
Yeah. I did see someone in the chat earlier ask, like, hey, are you guys going to be casting the DreamHack Last Chance North America qualifiers? And originally we were, but fun facts. I know a lot of people don't know this, but I'm from Australia. I'm here in the land of Australia. We started casting at 3 a.m., and it is currently 7 a.m. And I don't think that staying up is the best idea and pulling an all-nighter. Shout out to, we're not sponsored, shout out to Red Bull for keeping me awake.
Trainer is not here.
Oh, God. But I don't know if it's like, I feel like the cast is gonna get very derpy if we decide to stay up and keep going, especially because the DreamHack qualifiers are in 4 hours. I'm not gonna stay up for 4 hours. Just 4 hours and then cast? You've lost your mind, mate. You lost your mind.
Take a quick nap, you know?
That's the thing. Like, straight after this, I'm going to try and for now the Red Bull, because now the Red Bull's gonna keep me up.
I mean,
I'm gonna
that wouldn't have happened if you got it there.
True. So I'm going to try and get some rest because something that we cast every single week. I know it's not at the best time for European viewers, and I know that's mainly what we have right now. ESL Open Cup Asia starts in 7 hours, and every single week we cast ESL Open Cup Asia. So if you're interested in Korean events, Korean players, and Korean on Korean action, and sometimes some degenerate Europeans that stay up and compete in it, Funada Arts and Bratok and Geralt and stuff like that.
I mean, wasn't Art in Korea for a while?
He was, to be fair. But
I'm
yes,
not sure he's back.
we are going to be casting ESL Open Cup Asia in 7 hours, and that's kind of what our main focus is. So we will be resting to wake up in time for that, and that does mean that we're not going to be covering DreamHack NA. I do hope that we do have plenty of English casters for DreamHack NA. Like, if we didn't have to sleep, if humans didn't have to sleep, we would 100% be casting it. We would be all over DreamHack Last Chance North America, but unfortunately there's a lot of casts. there's a lot of casting going on right now, so we can't cover everything, or it wouldn't be wise to cover everything, I should say. But if you want to tune into DreamHack Last Chance, the closed qualifier, we will be casting that. That's gonna be tomorrow, so we'll be there for the end, the conclusion, and to find out which players do qualify for DreamHack Last Chance, that main event.
Also, Cynical saying, thank you for choosing our tournament over ESL quality then.
100. Hey, yo, we got you, Cynical. We got you. We're always there for you, mate. Let's go.
I mean, obviously. And if you want to support this tournament, the Kashynical Open Cup, there is a Matcherino page. There are no coupons, unfortunately, but there are some quests that you can do for free. There are quests for following Alpha X, so you can check out that. And if you do have some spare change, I know it's Christmas soon, so probably most people don't. But if you do have some spare change, you can just donate to this tournament. And top 16 players get paid. So that's most of them, really. I mean, maybe half of them, okay, let's be honest. But like, that's a lot of players that are getting paid through that Matcherino.
Yes.
So if you feel like it, then do contribute.
Exactly. The Matcherino link is in the chat. It's above all those funadas. So just scroll up a little bit above those funadas, and there is the Matcherino link. So if you want to support these players that competed today, then you can do so. Again, we don't require you to do it, but if you just happen to have some extra money, if you want to support this StarCraft tournament and the players, then you can do so of your own volition.
Speaking of funadas, I'm very proud that our trap has finally sprung.
Yes. Exclamation mark KS2 in the chat, Kappa. And yes, Fendrak in the chat. You are correct. Kuro is the best casting jersey out there.
Yes, I'm the best casting t-shirt.
Yes.
Because I'm the only one.
Also, fun fact, you can see mine here. If I wave my hand, you can see behind my hand is my jersey.
Yeah, it's trying to struggle into the reality, but you know.
It wants to be
somewhere
noticed. It wants to be noticed. But if you're tuning in for the first time, I guess, like, now that the tournament is over, a little brief description of who and what we are. I would hope that you've heard of the CranKy Ducklings before, but we are a casting team. Not just a casting team, but an organization overall. We don't just cast, we also run our own events. We also have our own pro team as well. I'm sure if you watch other regions, you would have seen some of them. Eric and Ryu in Latin America alongside Neo. We also have Patty Mac in North America, who did well in DreamHack last season. And we have Oreo and Starduck in Oceania. So we do have our pro team. They are salary, they are contracted. And yeah, we have been supporting them as best we can over the past year in DreamHack and coming years as well. You know, next year, keep an eye out for them. But that's why we have jerseys. You know, we even had our jerseys before that. Starduck, he's there in the chat. He's a D-Gen who sleeps at god awful hours and plays nothing but arcade games. Shaking my head, Starduck. But he's also a great.
I mean, sometimes he switches it with Dota.
Yeah, Dota, Rocket League, Age of Empires 4. Shaking my head, Starduck. But yeah, we do a lot of casting. We have hours upon hours of coverage on YouTube. If you check out our YouTube channel, we were also the official B stream for DreamHack summer, fall, and winter this year. So you may recognize my voice, and Kuro's voice as well. She also casted a couple of days. We covered Europe, North America, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Oceania. We actually did a couple of days of every single region. So maybe you've heard our voices or seen us or heard of us there. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of casting for a couple of years now. And we appreciate the support. Again, thank you, Lambo. Thank you.
Indeed. So yeah, if you want to tune in to more tournaments with the Ducklings, feel free to follow the channel, as well as our social media. There you go. Which should be in the chat right now since 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. A lot of our tournaments are wrapping up for the year, for Christmas. So we have usually like Latin American weeklies and North American weeklies and Oceanic weeklies and Southeast Asia and all that stuff. But they are wrapping up for the holidays. So our channel isn't going to be as active in the coming days. But of course, we still have plenty to cast, like ESL Open Cup. So if you're interested, you can see their ! Socials in the chat. We have our Discord channel, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have our Patreon as well. If you want to support us financially that way and support our team and help us grow our tournaments, then yeah, that is there as well if you wish. And more importantly, I hope you all enjoyed the cast. I know we had a lot of fun here, and just because of where we're based in, we don't often get to cast a lot of European players and European tournaments. So thank you so much for the opportunity and for tuning in today.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching some explosive games, including exploding Zerglings and exploding Banshees, among other things.
Yep. Very explosive. And speaking of explosive, Kuro, why don't you let us know, where can we find more of you, outside of just the Cranky Ducklings?
I mean, if you're looking for StarCraft, you should follow Cranky Ducklings. But if you're looking for not necessarily StarCraft, then you can follow me on Twitch TV/16squad It's 16th with TH Squad Sanseki. Also, if you're looking for slightly more StarCraft related stuff, you can follow me on Twitter at 16th Squad S, where I usually mostly tweet StarCraft related things. And sometimes fancy artwork. But mostly StarCraft. Anyway, what about you, Light?
Yeah, you can follow me at light_VIP on everything. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I stream throughout the week, just some ladder sessions, nothing too serious. You know, we just listen to music and we chill and we try and have fun, and we lose horribly to Protoss because my ZVP win rate is like 33%. So it's not good. It's not good. But we like to have fun. We also, the both of us, we also stream some Final Fantasy 14. I know Endwalker just came out, and we try and play. No spoilers. But we try and play as much Final Fantasy 14 as we can on stream. And yeah, if you're interested in that, then you can follow me there. Outside of that, though, again, all of our main StarCraft casting is here on the Cranky Ducklings, and this is where you want to be. I feel like I wanted to say something else, but I forgot. Shout
out to Kashim and Cynical, as they are the creators of this event.
Yep.
And hold on, I was supposed to check out what was the story of the tournament. Hold on, I'm clicking. The first Kashynical Open Cup. At the end of March 2019, a Macherino page was created by AlphaX manager Sushi to thank them for the work they do on Wikipedia. When they discovered what was going on, they were surprised at first and never would have imagined they would receive all this appreciation and donations. Instead of accepting and keeping the money, they decided to fund a StarCraft 2 tournament, since for both of them, StarCraft 2 is just #passion. Yeah, that's about it. That's the important part. There was more to it, but that was the important part. Basically, fine. Like that was like the thank you for Kashim and Cynical for all the work they do on Wikipedia. But instead of just taking the money, they decided to give it back to the community, and that's why they created this tournament.
Yeah. And speaking of giving back to the community, I also wanted to quickly say as well that you may be familiar with other things that we work on in the community. SC2 Birthdays on Twitter. If you're wondering about that, that's us. Kuro made it, and I update it every single month. We do post about the birthdays of StarCraft Pro players and personalities, and adjust it to their time zones. So SC2 Birthdays on Twitter. We also run StarCraft Esports on Twitter as well. It's the unofficial StarCraft Twitter account where we try and post about as many StarCraft events as possible. We also host a sign-up list. Yeah, we're involved with a lot of various other projects around StarCraft,
Yes.
not just the CranKy Ducklings, which we did found together.
Yeah, so once again, follow us on Twitter to find out what we're up to. Follow us on Discord, because we usually post it on Discord. Discord is probably our most active medium, really. And yeah, you can be in the know about all these projects going around StarCraft.
Yes, exactly. And with that, thank you everyone for watching. We really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. And stay tuned, because we are going to give another StarCraft streamer a little bit of a cheeky raid. Ooh, we have a couple of options. A lot of people are live right now. And yeah, stay tuned. Give them some love.
Get your ducks ready.
Get your ducks ready. Give them some love. Give them some support. And we'll see you for ESL Open Cup Asia.
Bye.
Ciao.